What's up, people?
What's up?
We're back after a month.
It's been a month?
A month vacation. Okay.
I thought it's been longer.
Okay, probably longer.
Yeah,
But the reason why I know that it's been at least a month is because we did the hike April 28th, and it's already May 31st.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I think we did it on the 28th.
Jeez.
But yeah, it's been a long time.
So why
It's
have
good
we
to
been
be
absent?
back.
Why have we been absent, guys?
Look, we each get one excuse during the week. I think after a month, we exhausted all of our excuses and it was time to record.
We all ran out, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's been, let's see. What have you guys done this last month?
Just work.
Yeah, I mean, nothing personal I don't know, nothing crazy.
I almost had the perfect weekend this weekend.
Oh, did you want to talk about that? I don't know if you want to bring that
We'll
up.
just briefly talk about it. But look, so this weekend, my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law threw a baby shower for my wife, and it was super, super nice. Everything came out really nice. We got a lot of diapers. And we have a lot of diapers.
I know I heard.
Yeah. And we got a lot of clothes for the baby. And yeah, it was really nice. I was super happy. And then Sunday came along and I was like, it can only get better. You know, my soccer team was playing the final.
I knew it was going to this.
And funny enough, we were up 2-0 the first half. And then second half, it all just went to shit.
Good thing you didn't listen to my Mystic Mac prediction that
What?
day.
I don't want to.
Your what?
It's because,
My
okay,
Mystic Map
he
prediction.
asked me on Saturday, right?
No, it was Sunday.
You asked me on Sunday?
When we were over
Oh,
there.
when we went back,
Yeah.
huh? Okay. Yeah, he asked me on Sunday. He's like, you want to hear my prediction? And I was like, if it's going to be against my team, I don't want to hear it. And he didn't tell me. But see, now you could be lying. What was going to be your prediction?
Well, my prediction was going to be 2-1.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
it was 2 in favor of Tigres.
Okay. Well, we were up
Still
to
1 by
0.
1.
It was 2-1 at one point in
I
our
know.
favor.
I saw that it was they had scored 2-0. It was 2-0 no at one
Mhm.
point. Yeah. I had seen that and I was like, damn, I'm wrong.
No, and we were doing really good.
But
and
what
then-
happened? How they scored 3 goals?
Daniel, care to?
They fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried it looks like they tried defending, but it was like they tried defending too early, which is kind of like ironic because they had just beaten America in the semis, and I feel like that wasn't exactly like what happened, but I feel like that's something that they did wrong. You know what I mean?
But how though? They scored. They were up 2-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they defended.
Yeah. So the first half ended, and then the second
in
half.
the second half?
Although the first half they were already Tigres was already kind of like
the last 10 minutes,
Yeah.
they were already like bombing us too. Like they had already pushed us back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, when that second goal went in, I was like, these fools are gonna win like 4 or 5-0. Because they look,
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
look good. It was a crazy like.
It looked like there was only one team on the field.
Yeah, I would have never expected like that to
Yeah,
happen.
that's
And then it sucks because we watched it at.
Oh yeah, we watched it in Pomona with everybody there. All the people that go for my team and then people that go for the other team. Well, not Tigres, but America, and then we don't like each other.
Yeah,
So,
America fans were celebrating it like they won the championship.
Yeah.
At least the America fans that were there at our families thing.
But yeah, it was almost a perfect weekend.
Damn.
Then I went into a depression for a couple of days, and now I'm here.
Yeah, we went to go swing the bat. He didn't hit a single home run. Oh no, you hit one, huh?
I hit one.
You hit one.
Did you go play with?
It was just us three.
It was yeah.
Me, him, and my wife.
Mhm.
And it was weird though. I didn't even feel like I was doing good either. It was probably because
Well, I'm telling you, I hurt my thumb.
that's.
I feel like I caught one of the balls and it like pushed it back. But it's fine now actually.
yeah. What else? What else has happened in the last month?
Well, I want to talk about the hike.
We haven't talked about that on here.
Well, no, we
Yeah, been on.
Really?
we recorded before the hike, and then we
shit.
went on the hike. So I want to talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, so
I don't.
really quick, we did a 28-mile hike from Apple Valley to Big Bear. And yeah, we had our bags. So we did like 21 miles the first day, and then the second day it was 7 miles, huh?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, we went. We camped out up there, and then the second day, well, we finished the last 7 miles. But I wanted to talk about what your mind does to you when you're fucking tired, exhausted, when you feel like you're never gonna see the finish line. I'll start. So remember the point, Daniel, when, by the way, we were trying to get to Big Bear the first day, and then I kind of messed up the thing and we ended up doing extra miles. But anyways, the first night or the first day when we were coming back when we were coming to the campsite, I was so fucking tired and exhausted that I think we had like maybe like a mile left. You remember like that long stretch that's like just flat?
Coming back already, right?
Yeah, coming back. And then you get to the campsite.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was at that point, I remember I was just walking. I feel like I was never going to see the end of it. But I swear I started seeing shit.
Like what?
Okay, so it wasn't completely night already, but it was like the sun had already set, but there was still a little bit of light, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and when you're walking through that stretch, you're pretty much in the forest already. There's trees to your left and to your right. And I swear, like, I was walking and I kept seeing like shadows moving to my right and then another shadow moving to my left. And I was like, this can't be happening. Like, I can't possibly be, like I'm
hallucinating and shit.
Yeah, well, I was like, I must be hallucinating because I was like, I know there's nothing there. And then again, getting closer to there, not that I started seeing stars, but I did feel like my vision was getting blurry, and it was like I was seeing like thoughts, kind of,
Yeah,
kind of like a grainy image, like just everywhere around me. And then when we finally got to the campsite and we set up camp, we had dinner, huh?
Yeah.
And we had dinner. When I was in the tent and we were already like asleep, I kept waking up in the middle of the night because I kept hearing voices. I kept hearing footsteps around the tent. And again, you know how there was like the moonlight? Like it was actually kind of bright. The moonlight like hitting the tent. I kept seeing again like shadows walking in front of the tent. And I was like, fuck me, we're going to die. But yeah, I think that from how tired and exhausted we were, I think that I was probably hallucinating.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
More than likely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I did see, so when we were, I was tired throughout the whole fucking thing, bro. I should have never said yes to it. I'm so out of shape. But so when we had already gotten back to camp, right? And we, I don't remember if it was right before we started making the food or right after, but I was looking at our nephew. His name's Jared.
Yeah, we had a third guy going with us. It was Jared, our nephew.
And I was looking at him, and then I don't know. I looked at him, and then I did a double take because I swear to you, I saw a fucking face, like right next to him, and I fucking blinked, and then when I blinked, it wasn't there anymore. So that for me, that was what I saw. I don't know. Again, I don't think it was anything. I think it's just like what Carlos said, that your mind's like starts playing tricks on you.
Yeah.
But like for me, it was cold as fuck in the night. So that's the only thing that kept waking me up. Cause like I would get inside the sleeping bag to keep me warm, and that kept me really warm. But then like, I don't know, like, you just get out normally, cause I move a lot when I sleep. So that would wake me up, like getting out of the sleeping bag, cause I started getting cold as fuck.
You know that what you said right now, that it was cold, makes me think about that one, with that story that we did about the husband, the wife, and the kid.
I thought you were gonna wait. The husband, the wife, and the kid.
Yeah, it was I think a little girl. They were all found dead. There was like money missing or something like that.
Oh, the ones
with the kids, yeah.
Or in Oklahoma, I think. And we were like, oh, how cold can it get?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So do you remember? I actually thought about this when I was in the tent sleeping. Do you remember what temperature?
No, I don't remember.
Because remember that I told you like hypothermia at like 65 degrees?
I think
it wasn't 65. It was like 40 something.
40? Okay, well, hey, it was like in the 40s up there. Or what was it?
Yeah, around there.
And it was fucking cold. Like, honestly, if you don't have a sleeping bag like we did, and I had my shorts and I had my windbreaker jacket on that I was sleeping with, if I didn't have any of that, I can see how somebody could fucking freeze to death. It was so bad.
It was pretty cold.
So yeah, honestly, when I was out there and it was that cold, I was thinking about that story. I was like, I wonder how cold it was, because I think that could have been a possibility.
You were like, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time.
I wouldn't do another. I think I told you already. I don't want to do another overnight one, but I would still do another like long one day long one. You know what I mean?
I'm on that same boat.
Yeah.
Well, okay, you know what? I think we could do that same one, but if we start where we were supposed to start. Because I started us 3 miles back, huh?
Yeah, that should fucking.
And those 3 miles were all uphill. Like, it was steep uphill.
Yeah, I think that was the worst part of the whole thing.
Was those first 3 miles.
Yeah.
And then it sucks too, because like that got me really tired, and I like the rest of it was fucking hell, because that first part was so bad. It was like, yeah, I couldn't recover in time, you know. We even took a nap at one point, huh? Like under this nice tree.
Oh, we did.
That was
nice.
nice.
When we got to the campsite, no?
Didn't we take one before that?
I think,
or were we just laying there?
We were just laying there.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we did all take a nap at the campsite too.
Yeah.
Just laid on the grass.
But then that was the only like hallucination that you had or whatever?
From what I remember, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I think it was, because that one, it scared me, because I remember I was just like, what the fuck was that? And then like, yeah, I didn't see it again. So I was like, oh, it must be just seeing shit. Because yeah, I did hear noises in the middle of the night, but like, you know, I figured like you're going to hear shit, because I'm sure there's a lot of animals. And then sure enough, we saw like deer, fucking a lot of squirrels, even frogs, huh? Was it frogs that we saw?
Frogs?
Yeah. Or wasn't it
snakes?
Well, we saw snakes, obviously, yeah.
Oh, no, there was frogs.
Yeah,
You're right. Yeah, we did
frogs.
see frogs.
Yeah, so I don't know. I kind of figured that that's how it was going to go with like hearing shit in the middle of the night. Yeah. Plus, we've been camping. Oh, but where we went to Lake Isabella wasn't really that bad, huh?
What do you mean that bad?
Like, there wasn't a lot of like, it sounds fucked up, but there wasn't a lot of like life there.
No, and then we weren't exhausted.
That too.
But yeah, it was ugly and it was dry out there. Never again.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason why I brought up the hallucinations is because our story for today, our main character, is it antagonist?
Yeah.
Okay, our antagonist, David Berkowitz. So this guy committed about 6 murders. I'll double check that right now, but 8. He claimed
8 shootings. Sorry.
Yes, 8 shootings. Yeah. He claimed that he did it because the dogs or these hallucinations were telling him what to do, these voices in his head. So, who is David Berkowitz? At the time of his arrest in 1977, David Berkowitz, by the way, his nickname is the Son of Sam, which he gave to himself. Whack. David Berkowitz was a 24-year-old postal worker and Army veteran. Born in Brooklyn in 1953, he had been placed for adoption as a toddler and raised in the Bronx by Nathan and Pearl Berkowitz, who owned a hardware store. His childhood was troubled. His mother died when he was 14. He was a serial fire starter. Those who knew him described him as a bully. And Berkowitz allegedly poisoned his mother's parakeet. He enlisted after high school, and after 3 years in the Army, returned home to New York and moved into an apartment in Yonkers. So, what do we see again? What recurring theme do we see again in this?
Alex, care to answer that?
Alex?
Well, I could swear that in another story that we've done, someone was also like starting fires.
Who was it?
Was it the Indian kid that we didn't release?
It was.
It was the Indian kid. Oh, fuck.
It was
the
lost episode.
We have 2 lost episodes, huh? Dyatlov and the Indian kid?
Wait, we don't have. Oh, we don't. Oh. Okay, yeah, but I'm gonna come back to
that. And then, he killed. He poisoned a parakeet, right? I swear that abuse to animals.
Yeah, that one's kind of like.
And we said that he was a bully, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, that was the only one that I was like, aren't aren't serial killers usually the ones getting bullied? Or
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
yeah, right.
Just now, yeah.
Okay, that was the only one that like kind of threw me off a little bit. But yeah, we all know where this is headed. So what were the Son of Sam murders? Between 1976 and 1977, Berkowitz murdered 6 people and injured 7 more in shootings across the Bronx, Queens, and Brooklyn. See, I thought it was 6
6 what?
murders.
It was.
Oh, I thought you
just
said
said it.
Yeah, you said 8.
It was It was 8 shootings. So
you said
6 people killed, but he shot
okay.
Oh,
at people.
Yeah. So he targeted young women and young couples, including, most famously, couples parked in cars at night. So you know.
I know.
On July 29th, 1976, he shot Donna Laria and Jody Valenti while they sat in a parked car in the Bronx, killing Laria and injuring Valenti. That October, he shot and wounded Carl Denaro and Rosemary Keenan as they sat parked in Keenan's car in Queens. He went on to shoot Donna DeMasi and Joanne Lomino, John DL and Christine Freund, Virginia Alexander and Valentina, and Sal Lupo and Judy Placido. Man, that was a lot of names. So his final attack occurred on July 31st, 1977, where he shot Stacy Moskowitz and Robert Violante in Brooklyn. So the ones that he killed were were Christine Alexander, Christine Virginia Alexander, Valentina, and Stacy. At first, reporters dubbed the murders the .44 caliber killer. That was the ammunition he was using in the attacks. But left near sorry. Okay. Near Esau and Suriani's bodies was a rambling, disturbing letter in which the killer identified himself as the son of Sam. So this is where he gave where he got his name from, or where he gave himself his name. Yeah. The murderer also sent missives to police and to famed columnist Jimmy Breslin. So this is the letter that he left. I'll show you guys really quick. And Daniel, would you care to read it?
Yeah, I have it right here.
Or you have the letter?
This isn't the full one though, but
That's
so it says, P.S. JB, please inform all the detectives working the case that I wish them the best of luck. Keep them digging, drive on, think positive, get off your butts, knock on coffins, etc. Upon my capture, I promise to buy all of the guys working on the case a new pair of shoes if I can get up the money. Son of Sam, and then he has his little there's like his little symbol that he made for himself. Yeah.
So yeah, he sent that letter. He sent it to that journalist Jimmy Breslin. So the attacks terrified New York City. Many of his victims were young women with long dark hair, and the height of panic around the killings allegedly found wig sales skyrocketing. So all the women in town, they were going out and buying wigs because they narrowed it down that he was targeting a specific type, Yeah.
So, and I don't know if you're going to mention this.
Go ahead.
But when he would shoot at the cars, he would make sure he shot at the passenger side. That's the one he would actually target because more than likely the guy is always driving.
Yeah.
So he wanted to kill the girls.
The search for the killer was the largest manhunt in New York history. Berkowitz was eventually identified after a witness near his final shooting told authorities that she had seen a police officer ticket an illegally parked car near the scene of the attack, which led detectives to Berkowitz's vehicle. When confronted by police, Berkowitz confessed and reportedly asked the detective what took him so long to apprehend him. So when he got caught, here's the weird part. Yeah, talking like a New Yorker way.
He's a weird part.
Hey, I'm playing the role. The weird thing is that so this witness, allegedly she sees the car getting ticketed at like 1:30 in the morning, I believe, and the shooting doesn't happen till 2 in the morning. But apparently David isn't in the park until like 2:30. So that's later on. You'll see why that matters. There's a thing where they don't believe he did this alone. There's people that believe that there's a whole cult behind it. Especially because the way that they described him and the sketches that they drew of him, they weren't exactly. They looked like somebody else that was part of that cult.
Wait, who's Sam?
Oh, okay. So Sam is David Berkowitz actually had a roommate that he stayed with, and Sam was the name of the dog, I believe, or the name of the owner. Was it the? Sorry, me.
I thought it was the
dog, right?
I thought so, but now that you say that it was the owner's name and the dog was the son. So like the dog was the son and then Sam was the owner, I think. But
yeah,
look it up just to make sure I don't want to
get
this wrong.
I'll get back to that
fucking
part.
Important.
So after his arrest, Berkowitz famously claimed to have committed the murders under the instruction of Harvey, a demon-possessed Labrador owned by his neighbor, Sam. There it is.
Yeah.
Still, the confessed killer declined to plead not guilty by reasons of insanity and instead pled guilty to the murders. So this guy thinks he's sane, which he probably is.
He thinks he's sane?
Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't want to take the, because if you plead guilty,
For insane?
yeah, for insane, they give you a lighter sentence, right? Or
Yeah, typically you have to go to like a mental asylum.
Yeah,
and,
instead of going to a...
Yeah.
I think they try to rehabilitate you, but I think given how many people he had killed...
And we know how well that works, huh, Alex?
I think that given how many people he had killed, I don't think he would have got out. So I think in his head, it's like he would have rather rotted in a cell than a mental asylum. Because either way, he was going to rot,
Yeah.
And I think he's still rotting, right?
Yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah.
He's 70 years old, I believe.
Yeah.
So Berkowitz called a press conference in 1979 to announce that he had fabricated the demonic possession of the story. So he claimed that the dogs were telling him, or the hallucinations were telling him what to do. Mm-hmm. He later came out and said that he lied. So, after this revelation, Dr. David Abramson, a psychologist who assessed Berkowitz while he was still telling the demon dog story and found that he was sane, wrote an account for the New York Times. Berkowitz was devoted to the tale of the demons, he wrote, which was itself revealing. People who have hallucinations are usually frightened enough to take no joy in discussing them. After just a single interview, it was clear to me that Berkowitz did not exhibit the symptoms of schizophrenia, wrote the psychiatrist. and the clear-headed cunning with which he had selected the time and place of his killings and eluded for a whole year the greatest police manhunt in recent memory hardly seemed to be typical psychotic behavior. Sorry.
So at the end, when he said that he was lying about the dogs and shit, did he say why he did it? Like the real reason why?
Yeah, so he said, I'll find it right now, but I think he said he just hated women.
Damn.
So going back to his upbringing, I believe that, so he was put up for adoption, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that his whole life, he was, they made him believe that his mother left him because of him. Mm-hmm. But he, for whatever reason, he thought that he murdered his mother.
Okay.
And then apparently some years go by and he's able to track her down. And when he finally tracks down his mother, it seems like she wants nothing to do with him still.
Mm-hmm.
So so that obviously didn't help him. But maybe that's why.
He hated women.
Yeah. I mean, look, with his when they sentenced him, remember his last victim, Stacy Berkowitz? No, Stacy. So after his sentencing 2 weeks later, Berkowitz caused an uproar when he attempted to jump out of a window of the 7th floor courtroom. After he was restrained, he repeatedly chanted, quote, "Stacy was a whore," and shouted, "I'd kill her again. I'd kill them all again." The court ordered another psychiatric examination before sentencing could proceed. Yeah, he definitely didn't.
Do you want? Okay, so he's fucking crazy, right? I don't think
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about that, but more if you want. Okay, the satanic cult thing, right? Because this is like a really big theory that's out there. Because so according to him, he in 1993 he made claims to the press that he had only killed 3 of the Son of Sam victims, which were Loria, Esau, and Suriani. And then that's where like the other ones he attributes to other people in that cult.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a short story, right? That's a short because there's a lot. There's actually I think there's a Netflix documentary, right, that goes into into it, and it's pretty crazy.
Did you already watch it?
I remember watching it, but I don't remember the details.
Which sucks. Okay, so I watched it like maybe more than a year ago now, and
Same.
I also don't remember all the details. But in one of the podcasts that I was listening to, so apparently this cult, they would all meet up, right? And for whatever reason, they would bring a German Shepherd with them. So they would find these German Shepherds on like ads and listings, and adopt them or buy them off of people or whatever. And they would actually sacrifice the dogs. That's sad. Yeah. But yeah, apparently, so in one of the interviews, they were interviewing David Berkowitz. He was saying that he didn't act alone, but he wasn't willing to say who.
He wasn't willing to name people.
Yes, because he said he was afraid that they might kill his father.
Yeah.
And there's a whole thing. So going back to those last people that he killed at the park, the people that were associated with that cult and the description that the witnesses gave of the guy who they saw do it, that he has a completely different description of David, right? So slowly when more information started coming out, those people started dying, getting killed in suicide.
Really?
Yeah. I'll find it right now exactly, but
yeah, because I was gonna say if he got captured and he was actually part of a cult and there was other people doing it,
yeah,
then why did the murder stop? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it does say Berkowitz did name 2 of the cult members, John and Michael Carr. The 2 men were sons of the dog owner Sam Carr, and they lived on nearby Warburton Avenue. Both of these other sons of Sam were long dead. John Carr had been killed in a shooting judged by a suicide in North Dakota during 1978, and Michael Carr had been in a fatal car accident in 1979. Very convenient.
Imagine Sam wasn't an actual dog and it was someone.
Well, it was somebody. Wait. What are you?
No, Sam is the owner.
Yeah.
Oh, Sam.
He's the owner. Yeah. I was going to.
The dog's name is, what is it? Like Beazle Pup or what was it?
I forgot.
Okay, well, imagine Sam is the head honcho.
The dog? Or you mean the
no,
owner?
the
Okay.
actual person, right?
Yeah, the leader of the cult.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, for me, that Netflix documentary, I feel like you can
What's
you
it
can
called?
take it's like the Sons of Sam.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
think it's called. It's as simple as that. But for me, you can take any story, and if you shoot it well, yeah, the Sons of Sam, A Descent into Darkness. If you shoot it well, you can write a narrative. That's how I feel, and that's what I feel happened with that documentary. I don't believe they make it. It's so well like shot though that it does make you think, oh, maybe there was more than one person. But I honestly think that he acted alone. I don't think that.
So you don't think that there was a cult behind it, or?
I think he was in a cult. I don't think that they had anything to do with the killings.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about? Well, I guess conveniently, like he says that he doesn't want to put any names because he's afraid of. I guess he only has his father left, and he's afraid that they'll kill his father. But now I'm wondering, he's 70 right now.
Yeah,
he's 70, 69. If his father
still alive,
yeah, and if he's not alive anymore, then what's stopping him from talking? You know. But then I guess so when they first started asking him about all the cold stuff, he was avoiding the questions. And then the next time around that the reporter came back and started asking him questions, he apparently had wounds on his neck. And he said that those wounds were from people trying to kill him already because he had mentioned a little bit about the cult. So
it sounds to me like he was just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah,
he was crazy.
Like I said, for me, he was probably for sure in the cult, right?
Yeah.
But then like he uses that as
or maybe he wasn't a cult and he was just crazy and he was just making up shit.
Well, I think he was because there was some like details he gave about a certain cult in that area, and that cult was like known in that area.
Yeah.
So like I'm pretty sure he was in that cult. Again, that documentary is pretty good on that. And,
well, I gotta see that one then, cause
and I recommend everybody watch it, but watch it knowing that they can lie to you, or not that they can lie to you, that they can spin truths. You know what I mean? Obviously, like make up your own mind, but I don't know. I think that it's like what you said. He's just fucking crazy, and
because if he was insane, I mean, he can literally make up anything.
But is he? Well, he's not right in the head, right? But I'm because he hated women.
Yeah.
Right. How does that compare to somebody like what's his name? I was gonna say what's his name? The not the co-ed killer. What's his name? The one that you did with Alex that I wasn't here.
Oh, with
I forget his name.
Ed Kemper.
Ed Kemper.
Ed Kemper. Yeah.
Yeah. How does his killings compare to Ed Kemper? They're obviously both fucking killers and they're assholes.
Wait, refresh my memory on Ed Kemper.
You were here.
I know, but I forgot.
I wasn't.
Okay. Okay.
Just real quick, who was he again?
Okay, Ed Kemper was this big ass guy, right? He
the gentle giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, right.
He
not gentle.
Don't call him that. That's so cute.
Okay, not the gentle giant, but
he killed his mom, cut off her head, and he did.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, I remember now. Okay,
it's a kid show, man. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I remember now.
Okay, so what was your question? My bad.
How does he compare to him in your eyes?
Well, okay, to me, Ed Kemper was an evil genius, like literally.
Oh yeah, evil genius.
He had a. Is that what you meant to call him?
Yeah.
You know what? It's funny because they describe him. No, but they describe him as being like really nice.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, to me, Ed Kemper was an evil genius. He was super smart. He was outsmarting the police. I mean, he was right there with them the whole time.
Yeah.
So, do you think he was crazy, Ed Kemper?
I don't think he was crazy,
but David was, right?
I don't think he was.
I don't think.
Why not?
Go ahead. Well, I think he's just making up shit. Oh no, crazy?
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, I think he was crazy. My bad.
You think?
I misunderstood you. Yeah. No, I think he was crazy, and I don't think he was in the cult though. I think he was just using stuff, just saying
trying
shit,
to like get
just
out
saying
of shit.
stuff, just going in circles about shit.
But I mean, I guess I don't know if this is gonna make sense. I guess
because they both didn't care about getting caught.
Okay, but here's the difference. Ed Kemper wanted to get caught.
Okay,
he turned himself in because. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Here's the difference. I guess Ed Kemper turned himself in because he knew that he was gonna keep doing it and he wanted it to stop. He got caught.
Yeah. And he didn't care about getting caught.
I think he makes it seem like he didn't.
That's what I was gonna say. I think he's making it seem like he doesn't care.
For me, like he's that crazy that he's like, I'm gonna put up this facade that I don't care about anything and that I'm like this fucking, cold-blooded killer that, just like I don't have emotions.
If you're putting up that facade, like you said, and you know what you're doing and you're conscious of what you're doing and you even plead not insane, does that make you crazy?
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm like.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't know if that's gonna make sense or not, but
because like it's like you said, Ed Kemper. I don't think he was crazy. I think that it's like what you said. He was just really evil.
Yeah,
and he happens to be a genius, which the worst thing, right? But yeah, I struggle to think that he's crazy because
this guy's crazy.
Yeah,
this guy's crazy.
I think he's just using everything he can to kind of like boost his image.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Okay, I think that makes more sense, but I wouldn't say that he's insane.
No,
right?
No, me either.
Well, he's saying that he's not insane.
Yeah, and then I think
I'm sure a lot of insane people say the same thing.
That's true.
When they have that suit and they're like, I'm not crazy.
But even the psychologist, right? He said that no, he thinks that
that he was saying.
Yeah, that he was saying that he's just a fucking asshole, pretty much.
Would a sane person do this? Berkowitz is entitled to a parole hearing every 2 years as mandated by state law. Though he has consistently refused to ask for his release, sometimes skipping the hearings altogether. Before his first parole hearing in 2002, Berkowitz sent a letter to New York Governor George Pataki demanding that it be canceled. He wrote, "In all honesty, I believe that I deserve to be in prison for the rest of my life. I have, with God's help, long ago come to terms with my situation and I have accepted my punishment."
We have a guest.
Well. If it isn't Miguel. Ladies and gentlemen, our special guest. And he's going to
Miguel, close the door.
We're still recording, mijo.
Get out, Miguel.
I thought he was going to close it and say anything.
You know what? I seen out of like the corner of my eye that you guys were smiling.
I didn't hear anything you said.
Yeah, sorry. Repeat that. I know. It's because Miguel. Sorry.
All right. Rewind. So, if he's crazy, then explain this to me. I think that's what I said.
Yeah.
Berkowitz is entitled to a parole hearing every 2 years as mandated by state law.
Okay.
Though he has consistently refused to ask for his release, sometimes skipping the hearings altogether. Before his first parole hearing in 2002, Berkowitz sent a letter to New York Governor George Pataki demanding that it be canceled. He wrote, quote, "In all honesty, I believe that I deserve to be in prison for the rest of my life. I have, with God's help, long ago come to terms with my situation and I have accepted my punishment." Would a crazy person say that?
No, I mean,
and that's the other thing that he claims.
I'm not crazy.
To have now, he's like a devoted Christian.
A lot of these,
that's what they all say.
Yeah, a lot of these killers do that. Yeah. I don't buy that
thought that
so
was
much,
like,
but I do buy that he has come to terms with like. I do think that he has remorse for what he did. Based off of what you're saying, that he's entitled to a parole hearing every 2 years, and he decides like
it's like Ed Kemper. I think I was telling you the same thing, that he doesn't show up to his parole hearings because he doesn't.
Yeah,
he knows that if he goes back out there, he's gonna do it again. Which, by the way, I don't like. Even though they have parole hearings, there's no way that they're
gonna let him go.
Yeah,
you'd be surprised.
I think no. Well,
I doubt it.
Maybe that's just like you said, an image that he's putting, because he probably knows that they're never gonna let him go again. So he's probably just going along with it. He's like, I don't want to go to the parole hearings, you know. Maybe that's part of his show too, or maybe he really.
I don't.
No.
I don't know. That's fucking tough, huh? Because if he is putting up, or if he is trying to be like all theatrical about this other shit, why not?
Well, let me show you how devoted he is to this Christian act now.
Okay.
In 1987, Berkowitz became an evangelical Christian in prison. According to his personal testimony, his moment of conversion occurred after reading Psalm 34-6, from a Bible given to him by a fellow inmate. He says he is no longer referred to as the son of Sam, but the son of hope.
That's bullshit. Like, if you really are remorseful and you really like find God, you're gonna try to distance yourself as much as you can from what you did,
right?
Yeah, like for him to be like, oh, I'm still gonna keep the son of, but I'm gonna change the son of, from Sam to Hope. That's just, like I said, for me,
you know what? He had convinced me, but you just changed my mind. I'm just kidding.
For me, he's just trying to be fucking cool, I guess, He's trying to stay relevant, pretty much. And honestly, that's like kind of fucked up, but he has stayed relevant because there's still shows being made about him. There's a really good show on Netflix, Mindhunter. You should watch it, bro. It's super.
Oh, you really, really need to watch it. I actually, we haven't talked about this either. I actually bought the book, Mindhunter, because it doesn't. I don't think they're gonna keep. Well, I don't.
Is it new?
No, it came out like in 18, 19, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe even before that. I'm not sure.
Okay, because I.
I was like, what? It's because
what?
2018, 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you?
It's because you were like 18, 19. I was like, what do you mean? Like the year 1819?
The show.
Yeah. No, I mean like the book, because I was talking about the book. I was like, no, that there was no FBI back then.
None of these fuckers in the show were there either.
I'm so stupid, and so are you for confusing me.
But
my bad.
That show's really good because it shows a lot of the killers that we've talked about on the show, including Son of Sam, including Ed Kemper, and yeah, it's a really good show. I think that some of it is what's the word? Like exaggerated, kind of. Obviously, what they did isn't everything that but some of, because the show is pretty much how they started like actually using psychology to catch killers. You know what I mean? And it goes back to what we always talk about, which is most of these killers have like really tough childhoods and shit like that. But yeah, that's a really good show. Where was I going with that? You fucking threw me off with the 1819 thing.
Well, you threw me off.
I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, but yeah, so they're still making shows about this guy. So, it's worked. What he's done has worked, unfortunately.
For him.
Right? But I also think that, actually, I don't know. I wonder if he would have this much exposure if he didn't come up with that bullshit story. You know what I mean? I actually don't think he would. With the Son of Sam thing.
Oh.
I don't think he would. I think he would just be another killer that you might hear about, that people like me, people like you,
and then they fade away into.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's because at the same time, that was just the first letter, the one that you read.
Yes. It wasn't the whole letter, by the way.
Yeah, and he kept writing letters to police, to that journalist, because he wanted attention.
The Zodiac killings.
Oof.
Have you heard of that one? Zodiac killer?
I thought we did it.
No, we have not done Zodiac
killer.
killer.
We would have.
I've heard the name, but I have no idea what it's about.
68 to 69.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. His letters, for me, he wasn't smart enough, because the Zodiac is another guy that could have been a genius, right? Because he would send these letters to the cops, but they were all encrypted. They were all like had some symbols on it, and they didn't really say anything. And then the cops had to crack them. But he would kill. He would send the letter. He would kill, send the letter. For me, this David Berkowitz guy, Son of Sam, whatever, I think he tried to be somewhat like him, but he wasn't smart enough to come up with fucking codes. You know what I mean? And I say that because in that letter that Carlos showed us, you can see he made his own little like emblem, I guess you can say. And the Zodiac, and the Zodiac had his own emblem too. So I think he was also inspired by other killers, which
I hadn't thought of that.
And were all these killers around the same era?
Well,
like, was there like a trend going on?
You know what's crazy is that let me look up the stat again, because it always fucking scares me when I look it up. But
I was gonna say, as you're looking that up, I think that it's because now it's easier to get caught before you keep going, you know, I think.
Before you make your stupid notes.
Yeah. And the first note you send to the fucking FBI, they're going to get your DNA off of it and your ass is caught.
Fucking.
Why were you so angry, man? Just kidding. I think maybe that's why. No, that's probably why.
Because, I mean, is in the same like time.
You know what it could also be too is that more people seek psychological help these days than they did back then. Because back then for guys, you know, sorry about that. Sorry. Both of us. Back then for guys, it was like just man the fuck up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What do you mean? It still is.
Yeah, in many ways it is. But
you know, unfortunately, we've lost a little bit of that.
Yeah. Anyways, so in the 1970s, there were 300 known active serial killers. 1980s, 250.
Also, it has gone down.
Yeah, and now by the 2010s, there's only 50, but that's still kind of crazy that there's still 50.
300 though.
Yeah,
but
that's
see,
insane.
like 50
active,
is not as bad as
no, but it still scares me. Well, it's like that. What was it? This Stockton. Was it Stockton?
Oh,
not too long ago.
Did they ever get them?
No, I don't know.
I think they did. Yeah.
I heard about it, then it just like faded away from my
that's true.
my media feed.
Nate Diaz probably got him.
Is he from there?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he's from Stockton.
Oh yeah, because Jake Paul was like, I don't speak Stockton or some shit like that. Yeah, Wesley Brownlee. I think he was apprehended in like December. But that's pretty close to us, California. Mm-hmm. You know, I wonder. Okay, if there is, first of all, that's how many suspected there are, right?
Wait, sorry, that Wesley guy, that was a Stockton killer?
Yeah.
Wesley that was in Brownlee. December?
Yeah.
I could have sworn we were just talking about this.
Recently?
Yeah.
No, he was... that's another thing, too, is that I think that a lot of these serial killers are caught now, and they're not really put in the news.
Ah, okay.
Right? Like,
they're not glorified.
We heard about the killings. Mm-hmm. But once they caught him, did you hear anything? No, right?
Oh, yeah.
For
like
me,
he said,
I think it just popped up on Twitter one day, and I was like, oh, shit, they caught this fucker. Mm-hmm. And I looked, and I was like, they caught him like 2 months ago, you know? Mm. So I think it's that, too, that, like, they're smart enough to be like, well, let's not give them a spotlight, you know?
Which is good.
Yeah, hell yeah. Because, I mean, it's helped.
Dang.
That is crazy. Look at this graph.
You're right, Alex. It was a trend.
Yeah, it really was.
So what is that? It's the 1960s, then it just goes boom in the 70s?
Look, let's look at it this way. These fuckers were probably born around the 50s, right? So what happened between the 50s and the 70s that made these people like this?
Well, you had the famous like serial killers. You got Ted Bundy, Richard Ramirez. I think Richard Ramirez was his name.
I think he was like closer to the 80s or 90s though.
Who?
Yeah. Richard Ramirez, I think.
But look, if you look at it like this, like the peak is here between the 70s and the 90s. Which would that would be Richard Ramirez.
So what happened in the 60s or 50s?
Could it be that like inspiration? Like, cause like the Zodiac, he was in the 60s, right?
Okay.
Probably when it was just like starting to go up. So could it be just inspiration? People are like crazy and stupid enough to just like try to recreate things that they saw that they think maybe are cool.
Cause remember that the one that I did, Dennis Rader, that was his name. BTK. He was copying off of a lot of them, right?
Yeah, he copied Zodiac. He copied
Ed Kemper, I think.
Ed Kemper.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He was like taking pages out of there.
Yeah. I just thought of one that I'm probably gonna do soon.
Yeah, you see, they're probably just influenced by what was going on. I mean, they were, like you said, crazy and stupid enough to actually go and do shit like that.
And it's because if you think about it too, like, what's the population in the U.S.? Like, some of us are bound to be fucking crazy, right? Like, there's millions of us here. I think it's like 330 million.
1 out of every 3.
One out of every.
Hands up, boys.
But yeah, for me, he was just. I was gonna say he was just crazy, but no, I just said that. I didn't think that. I think
he just wanted the attention. He just craved the attention, the fame.
Aside from him hating women, he saw an opportunity and he just
he took here. Check this out. He never got attention from his real parents because they send his ass off, right?
Yeah.
He hates women, He kills women, and at the same time, he builds fame.
Wait.
Everything he ever.
Wait. If you said that he got abandoned by his family when he was young, then why was he so scared of getting his dad killed?
I think he had reconnected with his dad,
Or the adopted
like that.
dad. No.
Actually,
That's a good question.
that is a good question because I don't know which dad he's afraid of getting killed.
Right.
You know what? I would
'Cause
assume it'd be the new dad.
Because you said that he went back to go look for his mom, and his mom was like, "Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of my door."
Okay, well, here.
Exactly what she said. But with an accent, huh?
So that thing about his mom. So some journalists say that that's how it went down, but by his own account, it apparently went well. His reconnection with his mom, but I don't think he ever went back to see her again.
Is that him telling himself that it went well though?
Yeah, that's okay. So see, now this goes back to what you said that journalists, Netflix will spin it a certain way.
Yeah.
So I'm like, was it that or
Yeah.
yeah, huh?
Yeah, that's a bad thing. Is that when you have like these journalists that they're trying to make a quick buck, they're never gonna give you the real story if the real story's boring.
They're gonna give you the one that sells,
Yeah,
just
exactly.
like we are here. Oh.
Well, I mean, if they're trying to make a show, I mean, they gotta make it, showy.
Yeah, and I get that, but when you're taking real life accounts, that's where I think it's fucked up. You know what I mean?
They'll dramatize anything.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck. I'm thinking of all those other fucking serial killers, and that gives me goosebumps.
Remember, 1 out of every 3.
All right, but anything else?
So what's his sentence?
Oh, I didn't say it.
I don't know. Did he?
He
He
was
gave us details.
life imprisonment with the possibility of parole after 25 years. Wait. Well, sir, there was a chance.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, but you said he was.
You said he's entitled to a parole hearing every 2 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sure that's after every
Yeah, you're right.
after the 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
that's crazy. I wonder what the sentencing guidelines are for that, because how do you kill 6 people and get possibility of parole when it's all premeditated? It's first degree murder, right? That's
Look, I don't know, but I heard about a story today about a guy that killed a woman by strangulation, right? And he raped her, I think. And he got 2 life sentences plus
They
15 years.
They were all second degree murders.
second degree.
2 life sentences and what?
And 15 years.
That's so unnecessary. The extra 15.
It's because they have you never know.
Hey, okay, I always
Double
wondered this. So you get a life sentence, right?
Yes.
Say that you're convicted. This fucker's convicted. I'm not gonna say you guys, but David Berkowitz. Tomorrow he has a heart attack and he dies, but then they're able to resuscitate.
Oh my God!
Is that a life sentence?
Where did you hear that from?
No, I thought
Okay.
about it,
Really?
or maybe I did see it somewhere, and I just
there's this lawyer that I listened to his podcast on Spotify,
Oh yeah, I didn't hear it
and
from him.
he brought it up.
Uh-huh.
He's like, so what happens if somebody, like you said right now? And honestly, I listened to that thing so long ago that I forgot, but that's an interesting question, actually. Pero I think at the end he said that he would still have the
The life sentence. I'm
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, because I'm sure that's happened to somebody, right?
But I mean, imagine a good lawyer, like
Saul Goodman.
like Saul Goodman. Do you know Saul Goodman? Yeah, you do.
Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Breaking
You
Bad.
better, yeah. Imagine Saul Goodman in your corner. In the other corner, you have the defendants of O.J. Simpson. And anyways, you have a good lawyer. You think he can argue that point?
Nah, I'm sure that there's like a black and white in that. It's not. I'm sure that they've thought about that shit. They do think of everything.
So then why give consecutive life sentences?
I think
It's because they have to sentence you for every.
sometimes I think that and then sometimes I think that they do it to like give the family like more closure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, you know that he's not gonna serve 2 life sentences.
But it's because you never know. What if
Question:
we
does,
get to the
does
age
a
of-
life sentence mean until you die, or is there a certain number? Do they go based off of
I don't
life
know.
expectancy?
Look it up.
Yeah.
But what if we get into the age of immortality, right? Which, if you were listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, there's one with this this fucking, I think he's an engineer or some shit like that. But he was talking about how Google, I think I told you about this, Google, Microsoft, China, like all these big like entities, they're working to make the world's first supercomputer, was it?
Yeah.
Or quantum computer. And pretty much what he, because like Joe Rogan, or like me, Joe Rogan was fucking like confused, like, okay, what exactly does that mean, right? Michio Kaku is his name, and he was saying that that pretty much what you can expect from that supercomputer is that you, like, let's say you input cancer as a disease or as a, you know, as an incurable thing, that more than likely that supercomputer is going to come up with the solution for it, right? And he's like, well, how does that work with like immortality? He's like, yeah, that's something that it'll be able to do too, is tell you how to stay immortal, or like how to, you know,
or if
there is
yeah,
a
I was
way.
gonna say
if there is a way, which honestly, the fact that we've been living longer tells you that we've been doing something differently, something, you know, better.
I've also seen some scientists say that there is a certain number to where your cells stop.
That too, yeah. So like if you could regenerate your cells, and stuff like that.
And I think there's a certain number that after like 123 years, that's it. That's the limit to your cells reproducing or regenerating.
Have you guys ever heard the theory that we were put on this planet and that's why we all die?
Wait, hold up. Before we get into that. So,
by the way, life imprisonment, it's until you die.
Oh, okay.
So there's no number.
So I want to hear that, but let me just say, so we can leave off the Son of Sam and then talk a little bit about that. So that's why I think they give them the life sentence, because like, what if we get to that age where we do discover immortality, right? And it's as simple as doing like a fucking snap of your fingers, right? Maybe that's why they do the consecutive life sentences, because I have heard like fucking like 40 life sentences and shit like that. Let me look it up. What's the longest
40?
one? 40? Yeah.
40 sounds a lot. No, I don't. I've heard like five life sentences.
40 life sentences plus 1,368 years.
What did that person do?
He might not get out.
Abdul Masharipov, which he was actually just convicted in 2020. I'm gonna look to see what he did. But what was that theory you were gonna say? Sorry.
Oh, because I've heard this theory saying that like the human beings that we're not from this earth, that we're basically put on here, and that's why we die, because we're not from this earth.
Oh, that we're like, okay.
Oh,
that we're not meant to live here.
Yeah.
We're pretty much like being slowly killed off by like our environment, the oxygen, basically, stuff like that. I've heard things like that. I don't think I've heard
like
that one.
The sun kills us, you know?
No, it does though. Actually, the sun does.
Yeah.
It makes us age.
Well, I mean, you get, you know, skin cancer and things like that, you know?
But then again, the sun gives life. Like without the sun, there is no life for us.
Yeah, but take us out of the equation. Sorry. I'm helping the theory right here. Take us out of the equation. What would this world look like without us? No pollution. Better. Yeah. No green. Fucking. No toxic waste.
Like Avatar.
No wars.
I want to go to Avatar.
I mean, I'm sure that's how nature, God, aliens intended it to be. Is like different species on this planet, and everything just runs smoothly. And
wait, you know something about aliens? Check this out.
We just got advanced. Okay,
So there's this show on Netflix called Chimp Empire, right? I think
what is it called?
Chimp Empire.
Chimp Empire.
I don't know if you guys seen it.
No.
So basically, in Gogo, I think something like that, in the jungle. So these cameramen are following the chimps.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think it was like for 400 days they were following them, and the chimps are so used to the camera people, so they do whatever they do on a regular basis, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, on the Joe Rogan on this Joe Rogan episode, he was saying how like, what if like aliens are like the cameramen and we're the chimps, like they just observe us, but they're not like, you know.
And you can't really tell that they're observing us, huh?
He said that sometimes they'll just, because he said that the camera people stay like 20 yards away from the chimps, you know, so they keep their distance. But I don't know. He made like the way he explained it was like, Could
Well, like
be.
it's a possibility, huh?
like
it's true,
because
like-
the guy asked Joe, like, wouldn't you like make yourself like more known to the chimps? And he was like, no, just gonna let them do their thing and just observe, which like
I get
the aliens
that.
could be like just
I
observing
get that,
us.
but eventually we do make ourselves known to chimps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then he said like, yeah, if the chimps learn how to make TNT, you know, he's like, we're gonna go and be like, no, don't do that, you know, just like
Yeah, I
like
don't
the aliens over the nuclear reactors and shit.
know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
That's a story for a different
fun
day.
thought.
Yeah.
Sorry, just to, because I'm sure you guys are dying to know what the fuck that guy did. So
Oh yeah, the 400 years or
I remember this actually. He's an Uzbek jihadist and the perpetrator of the Istanbul nightclub attack on January 1st, 2017, in which 39 people were killed and 79 others were injured.
dang.
Yeah, I remember that.
Huh.
I actually do. And I'm guessing that he was probably like that ruling came from like one of those probably somewhere where you can give like place of residence, place
Well,
of
he
birth.
killed 39. That's where you get the
Oh,
40.
Turkey.
Yeah, if you
is
got a
where they-
life sentence for each one.
Yeah, yeah.
Now the 1200 years a bit excessive, but I understand.
All right, well. All right, do you have anything else, Carlos?
No, I think that should be it.
Okay.
You have anything else, Alex?
Nah, I'm good.
Who's next week? Is it you or me?
I think it's me.
It's you?
Yeah.
I even forgot the order that we go in. It's been so long.
It's like this, huh? Yeah, because
Yeah.
like before this one we did ghosts, and that was
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
Or
that's
ghost
fine.
stories, whatever. It's been that long. Yeah, let's call it. All
All
right,
right.
cool.
Well, guys, thank you for listening. Welcome back. And we'll see you
In a month. No.
June.
Until next
Oh,
month.
June, July-ish.
Now we'll try to be a little bit more consistent. I think that
You know what's funny? We said that last time.
I know.
You said that last time.
Yeah, I know.
Like, we've exhausted a lot of our excuses, so I'll come up with a new one next week.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
We'll think of something. All right, now we'll see you guys next week.
All
All
right.
right. See you later.